Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is round 4 at Misano today, all the way in sunny, sweaty, humid Italy. And our beginners are right in the thick of all the action that they call the development phase. The development phase is a little bit harder than it was in the welcome phase, where stricter rules and restrictions apply, including 2 pit stops. And this is an interesting circuit because there's a lot of lateral instability on the circuit. You're very hard pressed to find any tarmac out there, and it's going to be a very slidey one. Ambient temperatures of about 26 degrees, and there's about 30 degrees track temperature. So with that in mind, let's get into the action, shall we? Good evening. It is race night indeed, Christensen. And Tweed, Yopa, how are you doing? How are you doing? Right. We are live. And it's practice. Sponsored by Jack Daniels, it seems. For Mr. Johnson in the Mustang, just in the background, I believe is Klutz. Just checking and scanning the grid. It is indeed Klutz, who's in car number 43. Just dropping in before I get dragged into the forklift. Good luck, chaps. Have a great race. That's not foreboding at all, is it, Dolby? I hope not. Nevertheless, stay on the tarmac. That's the place to be to get your lap times and come over the finish line having completed a race. So, big shout out to our affiliates: Trophy.ai, G-Portal, Moser, Fanatec, CD Keys, and Positive Perception. You're here with IFWL. This is the Beginners GT3 series, round 4 at Misano. And big shout out to our followers who have just signed on. 2 days ago, we had Chong Green Racing and Silani. Thank you for the follow. And with me, I have a very destructive puppy destroying my laptop bag. So let's see how that goes afterwards. But it's keeping her quiet in this very humid pit, well, commentary room, I guess. So enough of Mr. Johnson. We're going to hop over to Gaibo, new to this particular series. He's currently sporting a 9th place on the practice server at the moment. Get on board shot, shall we? And as you can see, the horizon is flat, absolutely zero camber. It's all about slow in and fast out. And that particular maneuver on the penultimate corner would have actually cost Gaibo a valid lap. She's doing well. She's making some good damage there. That's Mr. Brown just creeping into the side shot there. Bit of a close call, that one. We will have, just very shortly, the man, the mystery, the fiery legume that is Macho Peas that shall be joining me in the commentary box very shortly. So do bear with me, and I will get this share of the road with Macho Peas once I get connected on a very lovely phone call. So while our drivers are practicing, we have another 10 minutes of practice here, which is very generous compared to some other leagues who only offer 10 minutes. If you fancy supporting us in the IFWL, we do have a Patreon subscription service where you can participate in helping us grow and keeping the lights on. There's 3 packages. There's gold, silver and bronze, and as you suspect, each one comes with a different tiering of offerings. But with gold package, you get 50% off your first month using code ADAMT. And some of your benefits, well, I shall bring them to your attention very shortly. But while that's happening, I'm going to hop over to another one of our races here today. Jump over to Caleris. Caleris has some serious pace when it comes to the longer races. Where we saw our very first endurance race completed and won by Caleris. We did have a disconnect from Nedorezov as well, which was he still managed to pull 4th out despite having been a couple of laps up, which is a great turnout for the books for sure. And without further ado, let's get an onboard shot. And it looks like my puppy has managed to find some kind of document out of my laptop bag. I'll have to just double check that's not something I should probably not let her chew that. Keep that over here. Thank you for finding it. It's good to have a co-producer in the commentary room to make sure I'm on top of my paperwork. There she goes, the Terror. And there she goes. She's found something to bark at. And I am unsure what it is at this point in time. I'm just gonna have to pop my mic on mute when she does go off. So yeah. And just refreshing our memories from last week, we had quite the event with the Brands Hatch race last week, where our race winners was Hajovsky in first place, King in second, and Dave Brown taking third, which was a very welcome turnouts in the grid standings, which would have put Mr. Brown some way up the list. And as it stands, he is currently 7th, and the series leader is leading with 102 points. Joseph Brown close behind in 99, and then it's neck and neck with Reese McElwain and Hajovsky as well, with the same amount of points of 99. Stephen Parker Gray leading behind in 5th with 90. It's a very, very tight grid today, that is for sure. We do have a newcomer in here in the server. His name's Elliot Chung Green, and he's He's a very fast kart racer in real life, endurance kart racer. He's been doing it for many years. And having only just turned on ACC this week, he's currently sat third on the grid, well, in practice anyway, with a 2:37, was 0.2 of a second difference between himself and Donnelly. So Donnelly and Klutz certainly have something to watch out for. And Kaliris and Trishkura are also going to be very tight in the runnings today. I am super hyped to not only see my racing buddy out on the circuit for the first time on ACC, but also smashing those lap times. So good luck to you, sir. I spread all the good luck charm to all of our racers. Each and every one of you are equal in my heart. Hopping over to Donnelly, who is giving us a little wave, little butt wiggle. Thank you. And my puppy says hello as well. Yeah. Thank you. She might have found a cat that flunked way in, so I will have to sort that out. All right. You seem to have stopped barking at something inanimate. Probably a spider, probably a bug, who knows. Hello Harry, how are you keeping, sir? How are you feeling about today's race? Hope you're as confident as I am with all of you. It could be a ghost. Yeah, it could be. Oh, it's too hot. You're very right. I am sweltering, and I think my dogs are not happy either. And I do apologise for the ear-piercing barks, but I am the only one in the house at the moment, so we're gonna have to manage the barky little pup. Yes, I did. I did bring one of my biggest fans, and she's also my loudest and most outspoken fan. Oh, you're talking about this number here? Okay. Bear with me. I have to fix this. And I'm back. I'm back. So if you're just tuning in, this is IFWL hosting the Beginners GT3 series on Assetto Corsa Competizione. We're officially partnered with Trophy.ai and G-Portal and affiliated with Moza Fanatec CD Keys and Positive Perception. big shout out to Not Josh Pounds. Thank you for the follow. We appreciate you here at the IFWL. Hope you're keeping well as well in this horrible heat if you're in the UK. See you on track, Harry. All the best. And our drivers are now getting ready for the practice to be complete and heading straight into qualifying. Lovely, sparkly day. As it stands, it's Donnelly on top, with Klutz close behind and Chong Green also close behind that as well. Shout out to Jade Radcliffe 2001. Good luck, Mark. Good luck, Mark. All the luck and good wishes coming our drivers' way today. Harry, go and practice. Go and qualify. And you, Avery. Right. How are you doing, Tweed? Hope you're keeping good, mate. Drivers are straight out of the paddock, straight onto the tarmac. And we're getting ready to set the pace. Just awaiting our remaining drivers to come out and play. And just shortly, we will actually have Macho Peas, who just finished his dinner. And lots of good luck coming all of our drivers' way. There's Tweed wishing Mr. Chong Green the best of luck, and Donnelly the best of luck from Mrs. Lynch 2019. Doing a quick sound check, I believe Macho Peas is in the house. How are you doing, mate? Not too good. I am gonna have to quickly reconnect you onto Discord. And one more time, how are you doing? Yes, we have sound.
Hello.
We have connection.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. How was dinner?
Yeah, it was good, thanks. Yeah, apologies for the lateness, slight timing error on my part. But anyway, let's get into the action. So we are here at Misano this evening, and qualifying is 2.5 minutes underway. Can't see that there's any valid laps being put on the board yet. This is a tricky circuit for staying in track limits, as anybody who's done a few laps and tried to put some pace down will attest to. So it should be an interesting qualifying session and an interesting race potential for some drive-throughs, because as I said, it is quite easy to go outside track limits but also survive. So we could see some penalties being applied, and when you also factor in the double pit stops that the drivers will be required to make, all of those things are heavily going to impact the overall standings by the time we get to the end of this evening's 40-minute sprint race.
Yeah. And just talking about the track limits, I'm always too cautious of this circuit because sometimes track limits is within the white line, sometimes it's not. The circuit just catches you off guard. It's a struggle, especially when your tires start wearing down, to actually lay down lateral grip.
And we have some times rolling in now. So Klutz currently fastest with a blistering 135.2, followed by Trishka also in the 135 club. Then we're into the 137s with King, Krabby, Thrain. 138 start with Dyson, Brown, and Kostikov. And these times are just coming in so fast now. It's too hard to keep on top of it. But we are seeing some rapid times being posted in this beginners qualifying session. Have we done a tour of the track yet this evening, Adam?
We have not. I will find a driver for you. I think car number 384.
Let me know. 384.
No,
Bear with
George
me.
Kaliris. He's about to
GK.
start. That's it.
Okay, let me just bring that up.
Let's start with another car, actually.
I've missed him, so bear with.
It's all good. It's all good. Let's go with Mr. Klutz himself. Car number 43.
Okay, Klutz DMB. Here we go. Heading into the final corner. Curva Misano. Down the pit straight. We are heading into Variante del Parco.
I love the pronunciation. You put me to shame.
Now heading towards the Curva del Rio, and this is a section of the track where there is a lot of time to be gained or lost. The exit speed is crucial for the long straight that follows. And now heading into Curva Caccia. I'm saying these names so confidently, like I'm getting it right, but that's half the thing, isn't it? And now heading into the hairpin of the Curva Tramonto. Again, an important corner to maintain a good exit speed. If you mess this corner up, you're going to lose a lot of time on the straight that follows. Through the little kink that is Carvone. Down to another tight hairpin, Curva del Caro. Back into Curva Misano and down the pit straight to complete a lap. And let's see what time that comes in at. Oh, 134.985.
Absolute blinder of a lap time. And I thought
First driver to
135
enter the
was
134 club. Yeah, I'm still hunting a 134. Because, of course, the Pro-Am drivers are also in Misano this week.
It's all about their
So I've
Misano
been
week.
spending some time on track.
Yeah.
And let me just... while these drivers are laying down some lap times, just give a little bit of background info on the track. So, as mentioned, we are at the Misano World Circuit. Full name, Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli, located near the Adriatic coast in Misano Adriatico, Italy. And it is a renowned motorsports track with a rich history in both motorcycle and car racing. So just a bit of history. Opened in 1972 under the original name Circuito Internazionale Santa Monica and was renamed in 2006 in honor of Marco Simoncelli, an Italian MotoGP rider who tragically died in 2011. Now, in 2006, after major renovations, the track was reversed. So now the track runs clockwise. Previously it ran anti-clockwise, and the reason it was renovated was so that it could meet international standards. 4.226 kilometers long, or 2.626 miles for those who work in miles. Features 16 turns, 6 left, 10 right, direction clockwise as covered. And the main events that you can see hosted here are MotoGP, the San Marino GP, World Superbikes, and also, as we have tonight, GT Racing. Now, this track has no F1 history. And the reason for this is that the track is deemed to be too narrow and tight for competitive F1 racing, with limited overtaking opportunities, which is a challenge that our drivers will be facing this evening as well. However, having said that, Misano has seen F1 cars on track during private testing sessions, especially by Ferrari due to proximity, and for exhibition and promotional events. So there's a quick rundown on Misano, as we're now in the final 40 seconds of qualifying. As things stand, Klutz on pole, Trish Kura in second, Donnelly in third, Kaliris in fourth, and Parfoot Gray rounding out the top 5. Back over to you, Adam.
Thank you very much. And once again, in with the travel and tourism, really spurring me on to maybe look into a ticket to go to this lovely spot next to the Adriatic coast. Do fling me your your affiliate links.
Oh, I would do.
Yeah. Oh, that was brilliant. Love the background, the vibe, just understanding what we're dealing with here. And not to say that the Adriatic coast is flat, it is not at all. It's incredibly picturesque, lovely vistas of the believe the east side of the Alps. And just coming over the line is Chiburiak, who's now concluded at least 9th place in today's qualifying. Keeping an eye on some of the other drivers that are out on circuit at the moment. Kaliris is just shy of his personal best at the moment, so it might be he might be locking in his 4th place on grid standings.
He still has a fair amount of lap in which to cut out some time. Can he do it on this last corner?
He's managed to recover a little bit, but not quite enough. So that's going to be concluding himself in 4th. And Chong Green has concluded in 7th on the grid. Big shout out to the rest of the chat here. Trevor Mendez, thought he'd pop in and say hello to the PC folks tearing it up. Are you a console driver? And if so, take heed. It's a very warm day today. Big shout to Not Josh Pounds supporting Elliot Chong Green car 30. And come on Donnelly from Mrs. Lynch again. Big support from all of our chat in Twitch. We're also broadcasting on YouTube live, so don't miss that. Big shout out to Natori San as well, and Air Mirko. Welcome. And that will be our drivers concluding today's... I don't want to leave. No, I want to go to there, and I'll bring up the timetables so we can see what our drivers are up to. So Klutz leading the way with a 1:34.9, followed by Trish Curran second, with Donnelly, Kaliris and Parkfoot Gray in the 1:35 club, followed by Jay Brown, Sean Green, Gaibo and Shiburiak, Johnson, King, Hajovsky, Thrain, Dyson, Monk in the 1:36 club. Going to take a short break now while our drivers are getting themselves sorted out. And we will be back very shortly. So don't go anywhere. We will be right here. What time is that Porsche doing, please? Overlay covering. The time of the Porsche, I'll tell you now, is Hajovsky. Hajovsky is doing a 1:36.7. Okay. If that's for comparison of what you have to hit on console, you've got it. Right. Drivers are now on the circuit, getting ready. So we will be back after a short break. Okay, and we're back. We're back ready for some more racing. Got a very competitive pack of drivers, and if you are familiar with the progression of the series, we're well in the thick of the development phase. And the development phase means that we have 2 mandatory pit stops. So if you were at the driver briefing, you will be well informed that this only covers fuel pit stops, and the time is fixed, which is 25 seconds, I believe. And a tire change is not necessary. But if you do so want to throw some new slicks on, go for it. But it could hurt your lap time, so make sure that you plan ahead. Not much time remaining now. Here we go. We're getting ready. Gonna go to the helicam. Let's get a nice overhead shot of our drivers ready to do battle here at Misano. The line is inbound. This is round 4. There it goes. Green light. And it's blast off into turn 1. Neck and neck with Trish Kura and Klutz. Klutz absolutely swings it. Oh, and Kaliris has taken a sideways
contact.
Spin. No.
Oh, and somebody got collected there as well. Very unfortunate start to the race for Kaliris. However, the front runners keeping things clean. We've got Klutz, Trish Kura, and Donnelly making a clean break from the rest of the field through Del Rio.
Wow, that's side-by-side action. And that's not a place that you usually see a kind of formation appearing like this. It's usually a lot closer with the rest of the pack, but like you said...
and Klutz taking Kachia a little bit wide there and giving Trishka the advantage.
Hey, towards the back of the pack, we have quite the train with Chong Green chasing down Gaibo for 5th place. Chiburiak chasing Brown for 7th. And King very close behind that. The rest of the pack is some solid train of vehicles very close behind one another. Now, why is my... Oh, okay. So, your favourite, Mr. D. Brown, is currently sat in the pits. So, I wonder...
In first place, according to Race Control, which is odd.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at there. It was a bit of a strange moment. I thought, no. Anyway, so we are right on the lap 1 marker here. And the driver with the most positions lost is Kaliris, who sat in 22nd. So he's got quite the climb. And in terms of places gained, it's Jay Martin and Avery who have climbed 10 places each. It's quite the start, wouldn't you say?
Indeed. Looking at that data, I'm just checking on who was collected at the start of that race.
Now, I did see
Three,
it was
713. It was Parfoot Grey, I believe, because Parfoot Grey and Kaliris are now towards the back of the field. Parfoot Grey qualified in 5th as well, so both those drivers really far down the grid now as we get into the 4th minute of the race shortly, and that is a real shame when you put that effort into setting a quick lap in qualifying and it all goes to waste before the 2nd corner.
Just gonna hit a quick replay here, just so we can see if we can catch that moment. Not a bad guess. I threw in 187 seconds, and I think we're gonna miss it. Yes, we are. We are gonna miss that. So I'm gonna add on an extra few seconds. Let's see if we can catch that moment. I think I'm going to miss it again. Oh dear. Yeah, okay. We're going to have to look at this afterwards. So Parfoot Grey's coming out of the pits, having done some... I'm guessing that's one of his pit stops that he's taken, and done a little bit of damage management. Oh no! And Dave Brown's game crashed, which is why he was in the pits. Look at that maneuver right there.
Oh,
that's
dear,
just
oh dear, oh dear.
Is that Donnelly in this? Yes, it is. That's Donnelly being chased down by Trishkura. And
while Trishkura and Donnelly fight each other, Klutz has actually managed to establish a nearly 3-second lead.
It's crazy.
I believe actually it is 3.4 seconds, but ACC is taking a little bit of time to catch up. There we go, 3.456 seconds. But with Trishkura hot on Donnelly's heels. So this situation could actually benefit Klutz quite a lot, because while the pack behind him are fighting, he can just get his head down, concentrate on keeping his laps clean and the nose of his car out of the wall.
Oh, we had an incident. What's happened here? It's Dyson, and he's in the gravel. Let's just do a quick replay on this to see what happened there. Oh, look at that drift action! Woo! Not quite completing it to the Tokyo drift style that we're all too familiar with, but stylish nonetheless. Heading back to the front of the pack, with Donnelly leading a train of cars from 2nd to 5th. Zero room for error as Trishkura makes a dive. Oh, and there it is! Trishkura ends up face first toward the grass on the inside.
But you have to say, I don't think that went as planned.
Absolutely not.
But forces a mistake from Donnelly, who's gone wide, putting himself back into 4th place.
That's lots and lots of cars just seemingly dropping off on the front here. Well, this is getting a bit tight coming through into the...
Some more contact there, and again, some door banging action here on this GT3 sprint race at Misano. Now Donnelly's going to be keen to make those positions up. Can he get his head down, catch up, and keep it clean?
If you're just tuning in, this is real hot action, sweaty hot action here in the GT3 Beginner Series hosted by IFWL. This is Season 4, Round 4 at Misano. And if you haven't done so already, hit like and subscribe so you can get tuned into more action in the future and weeks to come. Just in that moment, there was quite a daring move, an overtake there from Chong Green, taking Donnelly by surprise. And now Chiburiak, that is Trishkura's teammate, is reminding him that Cisco is not done with him yet.
And as predicted, Klutz now has a 7.8 second lead, thanks to all the fighting that's going on behind him. So he really did himself a big favour by setting that blistering qualifying time of a 1:34.9, I believe, because essentially it's kept him out of trouble, and he's just currently racing his own race. If he can keep that consistent and keep that pace up and execute his pit stops flawlessly, then we could see a first place finish for Klutz. Let us know in the chat what you think. Can Klutz keep it together, or will he klutz it? I guess we'll find out over the next 32 minutes or so. Over to you, Adam.
Yeah, I've got some good feelings for Klutz. He's definitely felt pressure in the past from races being close and personal, and just really putting a doorstop on a smooth race. So let's hope this isn't a commentator's curse, but I've got good feelings. It's all down to the pit strategy and ensuring that we have smooth transitions in and out of the pit lane and no drive-throughs or fast exits. It's heading back into the action. The train, the man, the powerhouse, that is Gaibo, leading this train of cars for second place. Goes all the way back as far as 6th, which I believe is only under 3 seconds gap. And a comment from the elusive man that is Slayer, making a very, very good comment. Well-earned win for Klutz, potentially. That will be his first in for IFWL. Could be mistaken. But more comments in the chat. Come on, Avery 769. You can do it. Mushy mushy. I actually had to go and look up what mushy mushy meant after Brands last week. I said it with such conviction. I thought, what have I done? But fortunately, I figured it out. It's all good. It's all good.
And just catching up with what was going on with our race leader, Klutz has gone for a early pit stop just after less than 10 minutes into the race. Let's see where he comes out and if he can stay out of trouble when getting back on track, because of course he is going to be coming back out into traffic. He's no longer going to be enjoying that clean, fresh air with maximum downforce. He could be stuck behind some slower drivers, which could frustrate him, lead him to attempt a risky move. Let's find out.
We'll keep an eye. I believe he's just coming out the pits now.
Ensuring to keep that speed down, stay within the pit limit.
A few of our other drivers are coming through now.
Is he going to have a clean exit? It looks like he's going to have a clean exit.
He's done it.
And having said that, it looks like he does have a reasonable amount of space currently.
He does. He really
so that
does.
could have been an excellent decision to take that opportunity to pit and come out into clean air again.
Yeah, it's amazing sometimes when you see some of these races and they don't have any cars around them. but then you head over to front of the pack and it's crowded. Seems like there's a back marker in Trish Kura's sights here, or is it Hajovsky? That's Trish Kura creeping up on the outside of. Oh, there's some contact there on Dyson, and that's taken Dyson out with Trish Kura into the barrier. Ooh.
That is the second big contact that Dyson's had. Let's have a look at that.
Let's go back to the replay and see what we can see. Let's get the onboard shot.
Oh, just looking at that from my side, and again, the same vehicle that spanned Dyson off in the first incident is responsible for that as well. I say responsible in the sense that they made contact first. Let's not assume any decisions being made on any potential steward tickets. That will, of course, be looked at should a ticket be lodged later on this evening. And I believe we do actually have some stewards observing the race live as part of the training exercise this evening. Just remind me of the track conditions this evening, please, Adam.
So it's optimum. Not optimum for everyone, but it's definitely optimum track conditions. 26 ambience, that's lovely sun lotion weather, and 30 degrees track temperature.
30 degrees. Yeah, that's going to wear the tyres out quickly. Be interesting to see if people forgo a tyre swap in favour of the extra 5 seconds that gives them, or whether they'll err on the side of caution and take those fresh tyres for the second half of the race. All of these things, of course, are going to factor into your pit strategy when racing, especially with the 2 mandatory pit stops. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Indeed.
We've still got the first 7 drivers still to take their pit stops, although 4 of them are currently sat in the pits. So Guybo, Avery and Thrain still out on track, still yet to take 2 pit stops. They still have 26 minutes or so in which to take those. So we will see. It can really mix the order up, can't it, Adam?
Yeah, it really can. It's all about the timing, and if drivers can anticipate the road ahead, then they may be able to plan. Maybe they'll cut in front of a back marker that might be holding up one of our drivers. And then there's Guybo taking a pit stop now. We are 15 minutes into today's race, and close behind him, that is, I'd like to hazard a guess, is position number 2, which is Avery. Some very close action between those 2.
And just an update on Klutz. If we head over to Klutz Cam, he's now 1.7 seconds behind King, who's currently 4th. However, 1, 2, and 3 are in the pits, so this could be resetting the top 2 as the race stands.
Indeed.
As they come around Cordova del Caro into Cordova Misano. Getting ready to head down the pit straight. Down to 1.1 seconds now from 1.7.
We have some drivers coming out of the pits now. That is driver number 760. Who is this? Who are you? Are you a threat?
760, Trishkura.
It is not.
Yes, definitely a threat. Trishkura comes out in front.
Okay, this is who is that in front? That is.
Is that in front or is that a lap down? I believe it's a lap down.
It's possible.
Has Trishkura had an incident that we've not seen?
That's King. That's 231.
No,
So
we've got
just
760 just coming out of the pits.
But just in front is position number 1, which is 231. So that was a super close call.
So 231, King in the black McLaren.
Indeed. That was very well timed by King. Checking the rest of the grid. We have Parfoot Gray enjoying a race, a nice quiet race of his own at the moment. But more towards the front, chasing down Brown in the Del Boy motor, is Crab, racing for Team Nulla Esport. Some very conservative racing here by Crab. Unsure about Brown's next moves. But Brown is still able to lay the traction down on the tarmac. And straight into pits, putting Crab in third.
Klutz now 0.2 seconds off King. He's going up the inside, up Del Rio. Can he make it? He's gone full send. Oh, and he's overshot the corner. He outbraked himself.
And that was a nice little switch
and
back
King
there.
Goes straight back through. Thank you very much. And now the gap back out to 0.4 seconds.
That's
Patience
why,
is a virtue.
Indeed, indeed. And that's why it's about slow in and fast out on this circuit. It's not about making the moves, it's waiting for the moves. And the opportunities to arise. Just in the background is Donnelly and Gaibo doing battle, coming in. I've forgotten my corner names. And a hazard, that's turn 6. King and Klutz are still doing battle. And in this moment, just a quick shout out to our official partners, G-Portal and Trophy.ai, and our affiliates, Moser Fanatec, CD Keys, and Positive Perception. If you're just tuning in now, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future action. And speaking of action, it's Klutz making some peekaboo there with King. Both drivers are due to make a
We've also got
one more pit stop.
Going up the inside again in the exact same spot. This time he makes it.
Is he going to lay it down? Is it going to stick?
Stunning move.
He does it.
Already the gap up to 0.6 seconds with King under pressure in that crucial section of the course. So now it's time for Klutz to regain his composure and ensure that he keeps this pace consistent and attempt to see this through till the checkered flag. Of course, one more pit stop left to serve. Only a handful of drivers have already served their 2 pit stops, as we can see from the Klutz cam. Trish Cora, who's a lap down, just a little bit down the road. Just looking also at Ps 4, 5, 6 and 7. They're all within 3 or 3.5 seconds of each other, so might be worth having a look at the action over there.
Absolutely. We've just been following them for the last few corners, blasting through on the back straight here. Incredibly fast and brave decisions being made here. On the inside, now is Hajovsky gonna give Avery a little love tap like he did with Dyson a few laps back?
Yeah, Hajovsky clearly quite an aggressive driver, keen to stick the nose in as he outbrakes himself slightly going through that last corner. Gap goes out again, but yeah, it's still all to play for in the certainly in the top 7. Gap to Monk at 12 seconds currently, which could be closed, but it's not a small gap to deal with, and also the gap from King to Crab in third, 17 seconds. So first and second place with a clear gap to third, and then third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, all very, very close. So watch this space as Hoshaevsky sends it up the outside.
Some really strong defense moves there by Avery, really trying to wedge himself in front of Hajovsky, but Hajovsky's really trying to open up the inside.
Forcing him wide. Oh, there's some contact there.
Just a little bit of love taps on the lovely lipstick coloured Porsche there.
Bit of door banging action, and Hoshevsky is through.
How much longer? This is getting very nail biting, coming into the last hairpin. Keeping an eye on the rest of the action on the field. We have some drivers by the name of Chiburiak and Johnson doing battle, but this is getting close, coming up to the last hairpin as well. And Trishkura is looking for a wider line, but the Mustang just lays down more traction and pulls away. Look at that. That was some phenomenal traction being laid down there. How these guys pull it off in these cars, I'm not too sure. Heading back over to Donnelly and Crab. And they're getting quite cozy with one another. It's Denmark v Britain coming into the first hairpin here.
Donnelly looking to make a move up the inside, and I believe there was some contact there.
Oh, happened a bit too quick. I couldn't keep up with the action. Oh, look at that move!
Crab going up the inside, taking that place back immediately.
Looks like he may have the power on the straight and the slipstream on Donnelly's side to take back that crown off of Crab.
It's Denmark versus England. It's Germany versus Italy at the Ferrari's home circuit. Well, not quite the home circuit. The proper home circuit is, of course, Imola. But yeah, we're in Italy. Scuderia Ferrari. Donnelly looking to make a move up the inside again. Krabby just has the better line and the better exit speed, just pulling away a little bit on this straight. But yeah, it's all still very close, and Klutz pulling that gap out to 3.8 seconds over King, who's also got a bigger gap to Crab at 19 seconds. So this fighting between Donnelly and Crab is really benefiting the front two drivers in this race, and yeah, making a good move up the inside at Del Rio there.
Wow.
Can he establish a gap sufficient so that he's not getting harassed into the next corner? 0.6 seconds to Krabby now.
It's the battle for third, but there's many more battles happening across the field. Hajovsky is trying to shake Gaibo off his tail, but Gaibo makes a phenomenal dive on the inside and loses it to Avery, moving back one position. Crikey, this is too close to call. Chiburiak and Johnson. Well, Johnson just in that moment managed to squeeze up the inside of Chiburiak. God, some of the driving is like really, really tight. And it's great to see on the beginner series as well. It's so competitive. Really tell that our drivers are starting to really develop their racecraft and their style. Let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet, though. We do have just 14 minutes left to go in this race. And as we all know, anything can happen. Many of our drivers now taking their second pit stop.
Klutz in the pits for his second stop. Our race leader, as things stood anyway.
He's now falling down from 6th down to 9th. In with pits with Crab, Chiburiak and Kaliris at the moment, as well as Oliveira and Trishkura, who is sat in 17th and 18th. both leaving the pits at the same time.
So let's look out for Jay Brown as Crab exits the pits.
I think he's got him. I think he's got him. Let's see if that happens. Yes, just see, look at that. In the nick of time, Crab manages to squeeze ahead without losing another place to Brown. And then up towards the front of the pack, it's Gaibo, Hajowski and Avery. Hang on a second. It's Hajowski in the pit. That's what happened. I thought there were three cars and I only saw two. But we're still set for third place.
Just looking at pit strat, King has just entered the pits. So we will have to see if Klutz manages to overcut and come out in front.
Look at this maneuver happening on the inside. This is... Hang on, my... God, something's happened with race control. It's Arsan who's being lapped.
And King's just exiting the pits now. Klutz already well and truly clear of the pit exit, heading through Del Rio.
And that was, I believe, one of the two, whether it's Trishkura or Chiburiak just there coming up alongside. Just having a look down, see if it was. No, it was Trishkura that was coming out alongside King then. There's been a small exchange of positions again by the name of Hajowski, having a position taken off his mantle by Brown. Now making a very fast approach into one of the lovely Italianly pronounced words that Macho can handle. Remind us again what that name is. Oh, Partford Gray just eating a little bit too much curb. And Thrain just squeezing on through. Currently sat in third. Not another race for Partford Gray that hasn't quite panned out as planned.
I was just thinking, there's a few of the top qualifiers have not had the best race. So Kaliris, Trishkura, and Partford Gray, all three were in the top 5 in qualifying from memory, and yeah, now all in the bottom half of the field, with majority of pit stops complete and some considerable gaps to those who are yet to pit for a second time. So now we are looking at Klutz, who is actually chasing down a lapped car. Some good motivation to keep the pace up, nevertheless.
Yes, indeed.
And looking at the gap, he's got 7.7 seconds to King. So Avery's just ducked into the pits, and then we've got Gaibo and Thrain, who are still ahead of Klutz in the positions, but once those pit stops have been executed, we should see Klutz back in the lead, and just over 9 minutes of racing left. Can he hold it together? What do you think, Adam?
I think he will. I think he's got this in the bag. The way that his pace is, he's got it dialed in, and based off of rough calculations, he probably has about 4 laps left. And without any threat ahead of him, all of our drivers in first, second and third still need to take a pit stop. And King is still yet to come over the start-finish line. And yeah, he's nine seconds clear.
Just looking at Avery, who's about to exit the pits. He's just lost a place to Donnelly, Crab, Hoshivsky, Brown. Where's he going to come out? There's Crab.
Oh, that's close. Tajovsky.
Very close.
And who's just gone wide? That would have been... Who was that went wide? Was that Donnelly? That was Donnelly that went wide, was it?
Looking at the order. No, I don't. I believe that was a lapped vehicle because Donnelly's still up in 5th place currently, having a much better race than last week. It has to be said, despite a little bit of contact early on again in this race, which you know is to be expected. As we said earlier, this is a narrow track. It's difficult to get past people. We've got 22 rookie drivers on track tonight, so a little bit of contact is to be expected. But yeah, no, Donnelly holding it together, but this group of drivers are all really close together in 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. So we could see some drama in the last 5 minutes or so, as these guys look to finish as far up as they possibly can, because there are, of course, championship points on the table.
Yes, indeed. We have still quite a few drivers yet to pit. Finish their mandatory pit, that is. That's Guybo and Thrain, and also down the bottom of the pack is Chong Green, who seemed to have disappeared for a short period of time and then made an appearance back. So I'm hoping that's not a connection issue that's being dealt his way. Back to Crab and Avery. Well, things are just generally balancing out. You guys, you just decide to keep things calm, and you've got just over 5 minutes left. You timed it perfectly. Rossi San is holding Johnson at bay for 12th place, with Kaliris hot behind, anticipating an opening between these two drivers. Oh, there it is! There it is! Kaliris is making some moves on the inside, and he's taken Johnson by surprise. And is it going to be San he's going to take as well? No, San has closed that door. That's that was not something that anyone would have seen coming, to be fair. What's your experience of surprise attack? Oh, that was a shunt.
Oh, little bit of contact there.
Wow.
Doing the gentlemanly thing at the minute and remaining behind, but yeah, Sun's exit speed definitely suffered there, and yeah, Kaliris just now being a little bit more patient, waiting for the opportunity, waiting for his opponent to make a mistake. Oh, he sends it up the inside. I believe there's a little bit of contact there as well. Let's just check the log.
Well, that was a very conclusive outcome.
No.
After
no contact though. So just a little bit of slip angle, I believe, as I look at Kaliris's dash cam. Let's have a look at what's going on towards the front. So Klutz back on top, but the gap to King only 1.8 seconds now. That was 6 or 7 seconds when I checked just a little while ago. So maybe some errors being made as the leader of the race feels a little bit of pressure. You know, he's got to be sweating a little bit, and certainly from my experience, for the few laps that I've led a race, it is pressure, and you can have people not being able to take it. But for the moment, Klutz is looking good. He's actually extended that gap back out to 2.5 seconds. So very much on track to take the win tonight, if it can all be held together for the remaining 3 minutes of this race.
Just in these moments, it looks like Hajovsky suffered a drive-through penalty. Maybe one too many track cuts for Hajovsky. And it looks like Rossi-san is still holding Johnson at bay. Kalirius there just tearing ahead into the sunset. King has lost some seconds. He's now 3 seconds behind Klutz. This is not panning out the way that we anticipated. It's a lot of tug of war with that delta.
And the gap back from King to Donnelly now 17.5 seconds. Crab 3.9 off Donnelly, Avery 1.2 off Crab, and Brown 6 seconds behind Avery. So that group that we were looking at before is really stretched out in the last few minutes. And I believe, so Klutz now just goes onto another lap. So I believe we'll have this lap plus one more. And then that should be the end of the race. So can Klutz hold it together for the remainder of this race, which by my estimations will be this lap and one more. So the penultimate lap of this race now.
Let's check in the back of
The
the
gap's
field.
now up.
There's
Gap's now
Martin
up to
and Renier.
4.7 seconds.
That is quite
Oh
the gap.
no! Commentator's curse. Klutz has just gone off track and into the wall.
Well,
And King just sails through.
oh no!
Oh, no! Disaster in the last 90 seconds of the clock.
Let's just hit back on the replay here.
Klutz, if you watch this back, I'm so sorry.
There goes King blasting on through. And there's the final lap signal. There is 2.9 seconds between King and Klutz now. Klutz just klutzed it. Yes, indeed, Tweed. There is still hope on the horizon, though.
So we've got King crossing the line. We are now on to the final lap. One lap remaining. I think it's going to be a bit of an ask for Klutz to close this gap, which is 2 seconds, but it's not outside of the bounds of possibility. Ah, as a car just exits the pits straight into his path.
And that was Chong Green just cutting in there.
And that is certainly not going to help with this battle for first place, to have a back marker in between these two cars.
It could benefit Klutz in the way that there is a bit of draft that gives Klutz the advantage on the next few corners here. Now, is Chong Green going to allow safe passage? Doesn't look like there is any yielding happening at this point in time. Nor can there be any advantage be had over a slipstream. Flying into the corner here. Desperate to make this time back. Chong Green needs to make a move out of the way to allow Klutz safe passage. What's going to happen?
Klutz has been flashing him a few times, which I think in this situation is fair.
And there it is. Conclusion of our race today. King in first, Klutz in second, Donnelly coming in hot in third.
And if we just head over quickly to Avery, hot on the heels of Crab.
And then coming over the line
Through the
is
final
Crab
corner.
and Avery in 4th and 5th. And what's happening at the back? It's San and Johnson are in the dirt. Here comes Brown coming over the line in 6th, and Monk in 7th now. Chaburiak in 8th, and Hajovsky in 9th. Delirious is enjoying a nice wide gap, closing the deal with 10th place in today's race. Not too far behind is Rossi-san taking 11th. Johnson in 12th. And many more cars coming over the line, including Trishkura. And last but not least is Parfait Grey. And that concludes today's race here at Misano, round 4 of our beginner series. Well, that was quite the turnout for
That was a lot. Yeah, and a lot of action on track as well. Some thrills, some spills, some end of race mishaps. But yeah, there's probably a few things the stewards are going to be looking at. Just looking at the log, quite a lot of contacts. Now, that could see things in the final standings change a little. So we'll see what they look like following the stewards review. But all in all, a great session. Some very fast lap times being put down and some great racing.
Indeed. It was very hot and sweaty under the collar for a lot of our races. And I hope, well, when we return next week, it's going to be round 5. And that's at Hungaro Ring, where it will be ourselves, Macho Peas, and myself, Adam Ty, on the comms. And we look forward to having you back next week.
And don't forget, this Sunday, the Pro-Am Series will be at Misano, racing at night. So that will be interesting to see how that race goes. I'll be in that one, and hopefully there'll be a little bit less contact than we've seen this evening. But that remains to be seen. I've probably spoiled it now and jinxed it. So yeah. Famous last words.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. And I give you well wishes to ensure that does not happen or come any.
Yeah, just don't put me on stream, because you'll curse me then.
I'll try not to. I'll try not to.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
Just another quick shout out for our partners, Trophy.ai, and big deep breath in. It is. Oh, why have I not remembered who the other partner is? So it's Trophy.ai and G-Portal as our partners, and our affiliates, Fanatec Moser, CD Keys, and Positive Perception. You've been watching IFWR.net. See you very soon.
We're off. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay, so I got the standings and that on my screen this time.